Carl and Damon here from Games, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's They Made What into a TV series, Episode 7 of Final Fantasy Unlimited, Subway, Enemy of the Dimensional Tunnel. Yeah, cool. The episodes never make that much sense, but there you go. We begin seeing the ending of the previous episode, because remember, they fell into a hole, and the gang fall into that hole. Which is immediately followed by the opening credits. It was like, okay, that's different. They don't normally come in that quick. Fabula, she's here now, and she's spouting some nonsense about chaos and how it's spreading. Admittedly, I don't mean it because Fabula, I like her voice, and I think it's a good thing to have a little recap and all that. But yeah, after recapping what happened recently, she introduces the title after saying, "Find what is important." So it's kind of like that as well. These sort of mystery lines, riddles almost. The kids and Lisa are alive, having landed on some sand in a deep cave. What? They didn't kill everyone off? Yep. Kazu is there, but he doesn't answer him. Such a prick. Chobi's clock activates and he runs off, you telling the others that the subway is nearby and about to leave. I like this, made sense. Yep. If they would have naturally fallen down and potentially been nearer to it from there. Absolutely. I complain to being tired. Lisa says, look, we can rest on the train. Absolutely. Yu speaks to Kazu, asks him to come with them and touches his hand. This causes a freak out, and Kazu remembers holding hands with someone else as he prepped for a fight that would change everything.
It's almost like he's had lost his memory or something. And he's just
I do think that's related to it. I do think that's related to it. I do think that's very possible. That's very Final Fantasy, isn't it? Yep. Like buried memories, you know? He's a combination of lots of characters we've seen in the games.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a Cloud to a certain degree. He's a Sephiroth to a certain degree. He's a fucking Zidane. You know, his moodiness is very Squall-like. You know? It's all there.
Yeah, definitely.
As he stands up, they're on the train and they're all aboard it, including Kaze. So he did come with them. But someone else is on the train. Kaze notices them and a person runs off. Seeing this person, I and you give chase with Lisa shortly behind them. And Lisa catches up and claims that the person's spirit isn't human. The person reveals themselves, looks like a little girl, and Lisa thinks it's a Wonderland native, whatever that means. But now we're kind of doing this thing now where Lisa can sense the spirits, I guess, really, because she's tapped back into her Keegan arts.
Yeah, activate it,
yeah. Coming out of hiding, they see she looks human, but Chobi starts to chew on Ai's hair, which makes the new girl laugh. She then introduces herself as Lupa, a.k.a. Lou, and she tells them that she hasn't seen people on the train in a long time. As they talk, they ask Lou to join them, but she suggests they won't want her around once they know everything about her. And I was like, okay, maybe she's a bit villainous, you know, working for the Earl, that kind of thing. They're confused by that, but continue to act friendly. Lou asks about Kaze before the conversation turns back to the other passengers, and they decide to go to the very front of the train and see what's there.
Do you know, I never thought that. Have you actually checked the train? You actually
like one end to the other.
Driving the train.
Yeah, there's a conductor, basically. But right in the front, they find no conductor, but a huge machine that Lisa claims has a living spirit. And I was like, okay, makes sense, train's alive.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I notices that the machine is the same symbol as Sid's Catherine's vehicle and wonders if he made the train too. And I was like, that makes no sense.
No.
That makes that makes no sense because he, 2 episodes ago, was excited to see the ghost train.
Yeah.
It could be potentially, I reckon maybe it's Sid's father or something like that. It's like it's a kind of like family crest more than anything else. But don't give me Sid made it.
I thought it was like the Doom train, the summon, the Doom train. Something like
what the fuck's the Doom train?
It's a summon from like Final Fantasy 8.
Oh, okay, right. Right. What the fuck's a Doom train? Yeah. Like you know, has it got like Doom guy on it?
Yeah, it's literally it's a summon, but it's a big train.
Right. Yeah. I don't remember that. They're also unsure about it, and the vibe is off. Something Lou confirms. Something happens though, and the train starts to shake. Lisa claims she can send a spirit of extraordinary evil. Are you ready for this? Because shit's about to get wild. Something big comes out of a portal behind the train, seemingly reaching for it. The animation on this is stunning.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Good God. I thought it almost looked like 3D graphics rather than animation, like how it looks.
The something that came out in the 90s. It's really, really impressive.
It looks great. Kaze is paying attention now, and Lou claims the evil thing is Omega. And I'm like, there's our big bad. Yep. There's our sin.
Yep.
There's our sin.
Yep,
not like the old tyrant bad, but a bigger bad that causes problems for everyone.
Yep.
She tells them that Omega is the destroyer of all, including her world and everyone she knew. The creature was shattered into pieces but lives still and are being pursued by its claw, separate parts of Omega. Omega can't be stopped according to Lou, and it'll consume everything. And I was like, this is Final Fantasy.
100%.
This is fun. This is proper Final Fantasy shit. The idea it's in pieces as well. This is so familiar. Omega's powers can distort time and space, destruction without touching anything. And as the end looks to be in sight, they beg Kaze to do something, but he's just staring. And I like the fact that I felt like Kaze might have been overwhelmed by what he was facing.
His impression gave us that he's like, my gun ain't going to do nothing against it.
Yeah, like, okay, what the fuck do I do here? We then see Lou's home and the destruction caused by Omega. She does seem to come up with an idea, though, and asks for a mirror, something Poshy Pocket provides. Lou looks into it and activates a power that transforms her into a wolf, much to everyone's amazement. So this is what she was talking about. She's a werewolf, basically.
Yeah.
The kids are impressed and tell Lou that they still like her regardless. And Lou reveals that she's going to try and hold Omega off and give them a chance to escape. On top of the train, she roars and shoots a blast at Omega, a light that Kaze claims he has seen before. Alright. We go back to his memory of holding hands, letting go of the person, and them disappearing into the light. He says a name, and I thought it was Aura or Oral. Aura or Oral.
Yeah,
one of the two.
Yeah.
Lou is knocked off the train by Omega and falls to her death. And I was genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was a good character. Bye character.
Spoilers. They won't stick to this. But at the time, I did not expect that. All right. The kids demand answers from Kaze. Lisa accuses him of being so inhumane and betraying the purpose of Megan. This does actually seem to bother him.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So, yeah, you prick. And the Megan moves. So he starts setting up his bullets, and you know how this goes by now, folks. You know how this goes by now. We're up to episode 7.
Soul.
Yeah. Wind. Ring. Go, go, Power Rangers. You know, or like summoning fucking goddamn Captain Planet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kaze brings forth Ifrit and sends it at Omega. The end result is Ifrit taking a kicking. I did laugh at that. I was like, ah! And the seeming failure of Megan. So it isn't going to work. However, Ifrit managed to hit Omega's claw's weak point and does defeat it, and it disappears, and so has Kaze at the same time. And I was like, hey, that's a video game.
Yep.
It's got a weak point, you know, a little flashing thing.
Yeah, of course.
You know, hit that. The others now see the rest of the train arriving with a surviving Lou. And I was like, oh, boo. Yeah. I don't want her to die, but I feel like sometimes you can be a bit more committing to something and all that, you know? Like, I don't know.
Characters die in the game, so I expect at least one or two to maybe...
I would like to sort of see it work. To be fair, I think there's maybe more oomph with her being in it longer and then maybe dying. But again, I'm going to jump ahead here. Lou is going to become one of my favourite characters because of one specific thing she does, which I think is so fucking funny. They reunite, and Lisa apologises for not helping her, but Lou talks positively about Kaze. She's quite impressed by Kaze. And they all agree, and I really like this. They're like, oh yeah, what about him and all that? And they basically just finally stop to settle and go, he's probably alive. It's what he does. Like, they accept it. He's probably alive. Omega will be back, and he's fine. Like, he's doing his own thing. And I thought this was a great episode.
Yeah.
Like, the actual train battle and all that and how it plays out looks amazing. It feels... What they do a really good job of is make Omega and just its claw feel like a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, it feels... It's like when you first see Sin. That first moment... That moment, and I compared it to this, one of my all-time favourite shots in Final Fantasy X of Auron reaching down...
Oh, yeah.
to Tidus, and behind him everything's just getting ripped up behind you. The power of Sin, seeing it in that, like, how do you deal with such a destructive force? You can't.
Nope.
You simply can't. And that's what I get from Omega. And that what we saw was a claw, which is its weak, because ultimately broken into bits, it's going to be weaker.
Yeah, of course.
And stuff like that. But what happens if it's fully reunited at some point in his show? Which is something like that destructive force is like, it's our Sin, basically. And Sin's a great fucking baddie.
And like I said before, you know, the animation for a show that came out in the 90s, it's really, really impressive.
Yeah. Really, really, really enjoyed this one. Really, what was cool as well, it didn't massively push the story forward,
No.
but it felt like a big deal nonetheless. Episode 7, Final Fantasy Unlimited, Subway Enemy of the Dimensional Tunnel. You got any thoughts you want to share with us on it? You know what to do. Let us know it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.